Welcome to a weekly gaming news 10 and 10 for the week ending April 8th, 2017. We have 10 gaming news headlines to get you caught up with this week in gaming. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Microsoft has released Project Scorpio specs. Microsoft gives Digital Foundry, one of the biggest Xbox critics, the exclusive first look at Project Scorpio hardware. Project Scorpio will have a custom TSMC 8 x86 processor clocked at 2.3 GHz. 40 custom compute units running at 1172 MHz, 12 GB of GDDR5 RAM, a 1 TB hard disk drive, and a 4K UHD Blu-ray drive. Microsoft says games will run natively at 4K resolution, 60 frames per second. Twitch is to start selling games. Viewers will be able to purchase games played by their favorite streamer. Within the next week, 50 titles and several add-ons will be made available. Partnered streamers will earn 5% commission on sales through their channel. Jak and Daxter classics are coming to PS4. Jak and Daxter, the precursor legacy, Jak 2 and Jak 3 will be made available for download on the PlayStation 4 via the PlayStation Store. That's not all though, as Jak X Combat Racing will be made available. All of these titles will get 1080p up rendering, trophy support, share play, remote play, and activity feeds. No specific launch date has been announced. THQ Nordic makes PlayStation Humble Bundle available. Humble Bundle and THQ Nordic has teamed up to offer a PlayStation Humble Bundle. At $1, you get the Book of Unwritten Tales 2, Red Faction, Super Dungeon Bros, Deponia, and Arcania, The Complete Tale, all for PlayStation 4. Pay more than the average and you add Battle Worlds Chronos, Destroy All Humans 1 and 2, and The Legend of K Anniversary, all for PlayStation 4, with The Legend of K Anniversary being a PlayStation 3 title as well. For $15 or more, you will also add PlayStation 3 versions of MX vs. ATV Supercross, Darksiders, and Darksiders 2, PlayStation 4 versions of MX vs. ATV Supercross Encore, Darksiders War Mastered, and Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition. Blizzard wins suit brought against Overwatch cheat maker. Germany-based Bossland GmbH has been ordered to pay Blizzard $8.6 million by a federal court in California. The warrant accounts for 42,818 copyright infringement claims. Blizzard's argument was that the Honor Buddy, Watch Over Tyrant, Hearth Buddy, and others bypassed their anti-cheat protection and made unauthorized changes to their games. Bossland chose not to defend themselves, instead just filed a motion to have the case to be thrown out due to lack of jurisdiction. This motion was denied, therefore leading to the judgment levied against them. Atlus releases strict guidelines for streaming and gameplay catch-up for recently released Persona 5. They include things such as no video gameplay past the date of 7/7 in-game, limiting any gameplay videos after that date to 90 minutes or less with no major story spoilers, as well as avoiding the ending segments of the first 3 palaces in the gameplay videos. And on the streaming side, sharing via the PlayStation UI has been blocked, and they ask that you use the same rules for creating pre-recorded video content. They emphasize that they request you do not stream past 7/7 in-game date, going as far as to issue a warning of content ID claims, channel strikes, and or account suspensions. Microsoft ends the free Kinect adapter for Xbox One S program. The Xbox One S does not have a dedicated Kinect port. Instead, Microsoft has an adapter that plugs into one of the USB ports on the Xbox One S. When this program was initially announced, it was announced as a limited time offer. Microsoft has indicated that the adapter would be included with standalone Kinect units going forward, although there is no evidence that this is currently the case. The adapter can be purchased separately for $39.99. BAFTA has announced their 2016 Game Award winners. Game of the Year went to Uncharted 4, a PlayStation 4 exclusive. Pokemon Go took home another Mobile Game of the Year award, and Overwatch gets Multiplayer Game of the Year. Other winners include games such as Inside, The Last Guardian, and Rocket League. The full Summer Awesome Games Done Quick Runners and Games list is now live. The full list of runners and games for the summer session are available. This year's event is being held in Minneapolis, Minnesota from July 2nd through July 9th. And finally, a public service announcement. GameStop has possibly suffered a security breach on their website. GameStop is investigating the possibility of a breach on GameStop.com. They're notified by a third-party security firm that a breach may have occurred between mid-September 2016 and the first week of February 2017. Very troubling is that the perpetrators may have made off with credit card numbers, expiration dates, CVV2 or the 3 digits on the signature card on the back of your card, names, and addresses, also known as everything needed to make online purchases. While this is yet to be confirmed, if you shopped on GameStop's website during this period, you should pay close attention to transactions on your accounts and even consider getting your cards replaced. On Weekly Gaming News, 10 and 10 is brought to you in part by Street Fighter New Challengers Discord. Recently featured on Eurogamer, Street Fighter New Challenger is the destination if you want to improve your Street Fighter V skills. Street Fighter New Challengers offers coaches, weekly online tournaments, and has a very active community, making it the go-to destination for beginners and intermediate players alike. Go to www.newchallenger.gg for more information. And finally, join Trinell and myself as we go into depth about many of the headlines here today on the Weekly Gaming News Show, Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard, 11 p.m. UTC. Simulcast live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. We'll see you there.